All right, what's up, YouTube? I've been wanting to make a couple of videos about my toys for a little while. I'm finally getting to it. I'm going to start with this one. This is my side-by-side is an Intimidator GC1K. I've had it for about 3 years now, just over 3 years. It's a 2021. Intimidator makes, well, let's see, they've got an Intimidator. I've got a 6-seater. It's called a crew cab. They've got a regular Intimidator GC1K, which is just the front. They've got the crew cab like I've got. They've got the truck version, which instead of a bed, they've got like a long flat bed on the back, I think. They've got a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I've got a stage 2. I think each stage 1 has, a fewer features. Stage 2 has other features. I think stage 3 has more like a maps section, a bigger screen. But I've got the stage 2. I've been really happy with it. Since we've had it, we've had a couple of problems. When you get a side-by-side, some people may ride them in the streets, in the neighborhood, and it might last forever like that, which I want mine to last forever too. But when you go off-road and when you get them in the water and in the mud, things are going to happen. And they sure are. And you had the belt come off a couple of times. The wheel bearings went out. But riding on the street, I had a lady that hit us one time. It just happened to be my daughter's first grade teacher. She's 30 now. And her first grade teacher hit us. She came around the corner on the wrong side, wasn't looking. I'm looking right at her. She was doing about 25. He came around that corner. We saw her coming. We completely stopped. We thought she was going to just crash and squish us into the thing. Fortunately, this tow bar right here, it saved the day. When she hit that, it never even touched the body. It did mess up some stuff under here that we had to get fixed, but it was minor. It was really minor. So that tow bar really saved us. And unfortunately, the lady that hit us about 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, she passed away. Not because of the accident, just bad timing. And she passed away. Fortunately for us, the insurance was already into play. Of course, these are not legal to be on the road. Tennessee, they've been able to get car tags lately. We're in Mississippi, we can't get car tags for these. But this is what they do in the South. People ride four-wheelers, side-by-sides. People get out. If you act responsible, the police kind of, they give you a buy if you're not on them acting a fool. And we've got insurance on ours. I want mine to last forever. I'm trying to take care of it, keep up with it, keep it together. Just gave it a bath not long ago. Still looking pretty clean. The cop that was there, when I showed him my insurance card, he was shocked. He was like, "You got insurance on it?" I've never saw anybody with insurance. And he told us when he was writing everything up, he said, these aren't street legal. You're not supposed to be on the streets. But he said, but I've got one. I ride mine in the street. How can I tell you not to? Everybody here rides these. So, but either way, a little bit about my machine. This was my retirement present. I retired in 2020. I left work in 2020. My retirement went through in 2021. I had an ailment that was getting worse and worse. I was told about it when I was like 25. Didn't sort of bother me until I was like 32, 33. No, 42, 43. Started bothering me when I was around 40, 41. And those last 6 or 7 years, it was getting worse and worse. It got pretty bad to the point in 2020, I lost my ability to walk. And I probably should have left work a lot sooner than I did. But I tried to hang in there, tried to keep working, and lost my ability to walk. And bought myself a retirement present. I'm gonna go back to 2014 or 15. I first saw one of these. We were on vacation in the mountains in Gatlinburg, and I saw what's called a Yamaha Viking. Wanted it bad. It was a 6-seater, and I'm a family person. Between my kids, my nieces and nephews, I wanted a 6-seater so we could all have a good time. But my wife said no. I guess she's in charge around here. She said, oh, no, we don't need that financial burden right now. I'm like, and me knowing that we made plenty of money, but I'm like, well, you're in charge, so okay. So we didn't get it. I came back home. When we got back home, I went to the local dealership here. They had it for like $2,000 cheaper. I'm like, she's gonna let me have it, but she still didn't let me have it. But she went out 2 weeks later and bought her a brand new Dodge Charger. Go figure. Then within a year, we bought our oldest daughter a car. A few years later, we bought my other daughter her car. Then my wife bought a Ford. What was that car? She bought a car. I can't remember what it was called. And then a little while later, she bought a Dodge. What is that car she has? Just say she bought another car. So in between these times, she's went out and bought 5 or 6 other vehicles. Durango, that's what she bought. She got her Durango. And I still ain't got my side-by-side. So by the end, I'm like, forget it. I don't want it now. But once I retired, it kind of hit me again. Nope, I'm going to get it, if she likes it or not. Fortunately, by the end, she wanted one too. So I went and looked for my Yamaha Viking, and it was right at COVID. 2020, 2021, couldn't get anything. Nobody was making anything. And a local dealership here, I won't say their name because I'm not happy with them. Everybody loves them, but they kind of did me wrong. Misappropriated about $1,000 from me, and they were wrong. There's no two ways about it. They were wrong for treating people like that. These people, when they're selling you stuff, they're all smiles and let us know if you need anything and let us know how we can help you. But once you buy it and leave, when you call them, it's like you're the enemy. That smile is gone, and what they did, they were wrong. So I'm probably not going to do much business with them after that. Luckily, I found a small engine repair place here in town. They're awesome. They keep my stuff up. They just happen to be an authorized dealer of my Intimidator. So they keep it up and going. They replaced my belts. They replaced the wheel bearings. When I first got it, my rear differential went out, but the dealership fixed that under warranty. So we're going good. But yeah, after COVID, when we went to get it, you couldn't find any Yamaha Vikings. So I looked and studied, and we found this. It just came across while scrolling. I saw it, and I studied it, and it was reasonable. I remember the exact price, $17,999. And they only had a couple of them. I got mine, loved it. Everybody loved it. Real strong machine. And doing my homework about the Yamaha Viking, it's kind of a good thing I got this. I heard some issues with that Viking, but it's like any of them. If you ride them, especially off-roading, they're going to go out. Like I said, the place I off-road at, shout out to Natra Dry Creek. It's an awesome place to ride it. But we found this nice strong machine and really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. Let me crank it up. Maybe I should have brought the key with me. Well, okay, I left the key in here like I do every time. I left the key in here from earlier. But okay, nice strong machine. When we first got it, Mind you, it came with the top. Has an automatic dump bed. Came with size 27 or 28-inch tires. Came with this tow bar. Have the hookups to tow. I don't have a winch. Never really thought I needed one, but I probably do, as much off-roading as I do. So since then, we bought the windshield. I think that was like $450. We bought the side and rear view mirrors, and I've actually got my blinkers ordered to come in over the next couple of days. Get a view from the back. It's a nice, strong machine, really good machine. We've really been pleased with it. Give it a start. Put me a little Bluetooth speaker in. It's not humongous, but it does the job. Set a little light up there. The headlights on these, well, let's crank her up. If you can see it, it's got about 2,200 miles on it. Still original battery. Battery's getting strong. We were told to use ethanol-free gas, which is really recommended for all of these, but we never have. We've just put 87 in it. They said as long as you run it, don't just let it sit too long. Gas it up, burn the gas out, it does fine. Little cigarette lighter. Got my glove compartment. It's weird. The motor is under the second row seats. I'm not gonna take the seat out, but the motor is in there. The battery, radiator fluid and everything is under the front hood. But I was talking about the price earlier. We got it for $17,999. Only thing that came with it, of course, like I said, was the top. But after COVID, right after I bought mine, they stopped selling them. You couldn't get them. Just like a lot of stuff after COVID, you couldn't get them. And about a year and a half later, when they started coming back out, goodness, that price that went up. To get exactly what I had was like $4,000 more. Nothing extra added, no extra features, no anything. But it was like that price that really went up. So I'm glad I got mine when I did. It's been a good machine. His name is Big Boy. Named it Big Boy. Once again, it was my retirement present, and I'm super proud of it. Hopefully it'll last forever. Again, I've got a great mechanic. I always recommend find a great small engine repair place. They keep my four-wheelers up. This, my slingshot. So that's my Intimidator. Hopefully it'll last forever. A couple of negatives about this. The number one negative, and it's across the board. They came with these tires that the beads wouldn't seal. They were leaking air. They would leak air. And there was nothing you can do about it. Either get new tires or put an inner tube in it, or it was going to leak air. So I was having to fill them up about once a week. No big deal. No big deal. But that kind of led into where the dealership ended up taking $1,000 from me. I'm not going to get into it. But it's extremely loud. It's louder than most side-by-sides. But you get used to it. After a while, you don't notice it. The headlights are not bright at all. It's actually, to ride it at night is A lot of people buy those extra lights, set them on top to ride this at night. It's not recommended. These headlights are not so great. They said the brake pads are loud, but eventually that works its way out. I can't even tell. That's another complaint. The brakes are loud. But after a while, I really do feel like that works its way out. I had it clean. We had to use it yesterday. You can see the tracks in our yard. We had to go pull my trailer out the backyard, and it was a little wet. We didn't want to take our trucks back there. So we used this, got the tires a little bloody. But other than that, again, really happy with it. Had it for 3.5 years. Still looking great, still riding great. That's my review on my Intimidator side-by-side. The company that originally sold them, they've been bought out, and now they make a whole different model of them. It's got a completely different front end on it. It's not really the most attractive, I don't think. But, oh well, I like mine, so I'm not going to worry about what they're doing with the new ones. So, okay, that's my review on my Intimidator.